Hey everyone! Okay, so today we're going to be doing my brow routine video. And this is something I've just avoided entirely for the longest time because people gab about my brows 24/7, how they're too dark for my hair, this, that, the other thing. I think that brows are such a personal thing that it's kind of annoying and sort of rude to point out that someone's brows are too dark for their hair, or that they're too straight, or that they're too full, or whatever, what may have you. It's such a personal thing. Everyone likes their brows differently. That being said, I am going to show you how I fill them in, and today I'm going to be doing that with this Whitening Lightning Brow Bar To Go kit, as well as giving you a little bit of a review on this bad boy. I was sent this a little while ago, I would say maybe like 2 weeks now. And I've been using it ever since. I am in love. I am just obsessed. It's one of my favorite beauty products and probably one of the best new beauty products I've received this year. And I want to give it an entire video to itself. So I'm going to be showing you how I do my brows with it and then just giving you my general thoughts on it and whether or not it's worth the money. Okay, so eyebrow time, and you can obviously do this at any point in your cosmetic routine. I choose to do it after everything else is done. Obviously I don't have a mascara or anything right now, but most of the rest of my makeup is done. So what I'm going to do is use my Whitening Lightning Brow Bar To Go kit. This is my favorite thing for filling my eyebrows. I cannot even stress to you guys how much I love it. It is just the most amazing product I've ever come across. So as you can see, this one has a lighter powder here in the middle. It has a little bit of a wax over here on the side, and then darker powder over here. And what I like to do, it comes with a great angled brush, and we are going to use that a little bit later, but I actually have kind of a weird method to filling my eyebrows. And before you scoff at me, I totally recommend you try it sometime. Essentially what I'm going to do is take a very small pointed shader brush. This shader brush doesn't have a whole lot to it. It is quite thin, but it is also very densely packed, and I think that that is the reason why I like it so much more than these little angled brushes. I feel like these don't pack on enough color, and I spend so much time doing my eyebrows, whereas with this I do a couple of swipes and I'm totally done. I feel like I don't use as much product. It just works better. I really do recommend trying this sometime. So I'm going to take the lightest powder right here in the center first. I didn't mention this, but of course before you even start, you'll just want to brush out your brows. This is a $1 e.l.f. brush, like eyebrow brush thingy, and it works just fine. I'm just going to start right here on the innermost part of my eyebrow with this lightest color, and I'm going to start filling it in. And this is probably the most important part of my eyebrow routine because I don't have much of a front to my eyebrows, and I feel like they're a bit uneven. So I have to create a bit more of that front. So I will take it right here and I will kind of even everything out. And I'm going to stop that lightest powder before we hit the arch of my eyebrow. So right before there, right here is where that lightest powder will stop. And I'm just going to do the same to the other side. Do is use the darker color right here on the outer portion, and I'm basically going to pick up where I left the lighter color off. Naturally your brows are a touch lighter and a touch more sparse in the inner portion of your actual brow, so it's important to use a slightly darker color on the outer portion. And it looks a little bit funny at first, but once you kind of like brush everything out afterwards, it looks about right. I also extend mine ever so slightly. My hair stops about here, so I'll bring it out a little bit just to give myself a bit more of a tail, especially when I'm wearing like winged eyeliner. Now with my eyebrow brush, I am just going to use this to comb everything out and soften it. And then I can see any mistakes I may have made. Like right over here, I made my tail a bit thick, so I'm just going to kind of smudge that out with my fingertips. So now is when the smaller, more angled brush comes into play. I'm going back into the lighter powder, and I'm just going to work a little bit more on these fronts of my eyebrows. I prefer using a powder for this because I feel like it's not as stark or as fake as an actual brow powder, but it is really important to be careful with this because it can look very unnatural very quickly as it is just a powder. So I'm just using this to fill in the more sparse areas that need to be a touch more detailed. And once I am comfortable with that, I will just take a bit of the wax on my finger here, and I'm just going to smooth over my eyebrows with this. I don't like to pack too much of this on because it can kind of make the eyebrows look like really greasy, honestly. but as long as you keep a light hand, it actually keeps them in place really well and doesn't take away from the color like a clear mascara or clear brow gel sometimes can. And then one final comb through. After all of that is said and done, you can take your favorite highlighting powder. Mine is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Lightscapade. And you can take just a touch of this on your finger, even a brush if you really want to. And you can pop that right underneath the eyebrow to really sharpen it up and add just a little bit of life back into it. I feel like this just makes it look a little bit more prominent and higher because you've got the dark brow and then something so light and shimmery underneath. So this is basically my new holy grail product for my brows. I love the fact that I have everything in this convenient little kit. I have a lighter brow powder, I have a darker brow powder for the outer parts of my eyebrows, and then I have a wax to keep everything in place. And the wax really does hold everything while not diminishing the color from my brows like a normal clear brow gel would, like I said in the demo. For me, this is so worth the money that it costs. These shadows are insanely pigmented on their own, but not so much that you have to totally dull it down once you have it on. Bonus Jonas, they're actually really close dupes of the Urban Decay Naked powder and then a slightly cooler version of Buck. And you can use them as eyeshadows, you can use them as brow powders. It's a great little compact to have. Full disclosure, I did receive this and I received it along with a ton of other Whitening Lightning kind of samples. But if I had known how amazing it was and if I had trusted all of the reviews I'd seen previously, I would have bought this in a heartbeat. This is so wonderful and it's just unlike anything I've ever had before. It's so high quality and the shadows are amazing and it's just a really easy kit to kind of have. I have you guys a coupon code in the bottom bar below and you can use that to get 25% off of your entire purchase from Whitening Lightning, so you can get this for a massive discount. And of course I will link that below as well as the product itself if you guys would like to go and pick it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and that you found it helpful and also that you enjoyed my actual brow routine, and I hope that some of you liked it, and those of you who hate my brows, you can keep on hating them. They love you. They're my furry caterpillar friends on my face, as my mother used to call them so lovingly when they were like super thick. But if you did like the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It helps me so much as a smaller YouTuber when you guys like and comment and subscribe, so make sure that you do all of that if you haven't already. And until my next video, I love you girls so much and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!